In Singapore, packaging waste is one of the most common types of waste generated, accounting for a third of our domestic waste disposed of. The growth of the rate of waste disposal is a major concern. If the waste generation rate continues to grow, we would need more waste-to-energy plants and landfills, which is not sustainable in the long term. Therefore, there is a strong imperative for us to adopt the 3R strategy of reduce, reuse, and recycle to manage our packaging waste. On the 5th of June 2007, World Environment Day, 32 organizations from the private, public, and non-governmental organization sectors came together to sign the first Singapore Packaging Agreement, or SPA in short. It was a voluntary commitment for industry to work together in adopting cost-effective solutions to reduce packaging waste.
So one of the biggest concerns was 1/3 of the domestic waste are packaging waste. So during that period, a task force was formed, a representative from the National Environment Agency, one from the Singapore Environment Council, and myself. 3 of us act as the chairman of this committee. Our task was to dialogue with the industry, companies to understand their problem and the possibility of a regulation. The task force then recommended the voluntary agreement, which is known as the Voluntary Singapore Packaging Agreement. The Singapore Packaging Agreement basically consists of 3 important arms, which is the industry, the government, and the NGO. With these 3 arms, we then look at how we can reduce packaging waste in Singapore.
More than 100 companies joined the SPA and committed to finding ways to reduce packaging waste. To recognize the signatories for their notable achievements in reducing and recycling packaging waste, the first 3R Packaging Awards was held on 3rd November 2008.
The annual SPA Awards was one of the key initiatives to recognize signatories who have notable achievements in reducing packaging waste. More than 100 awards have been given out since the first awards in 2008.
On 1st October 2009, the scope of SPA was extended beyond food and beverage packaging to cover all types of product packaging, with owners and managers of buildings, hotels, and shopping malls also coming on board. In 2010, the first Asia Sustainable Packaging Summit was jointly organized with the Packaging Council of Singapore, providing opportunities for sharing, broadening companies' knowledge on sustainable packaging waste and sustainable packaging waste management. In 2015, SPA launched the Packaging Benchmark database that enabled companies to compare their product packaging weight against the benchmarks in the database, allowing them to visualize the potential in packaging reduction. In 2017, SPA celebrated its 10th anniversary with the 3R Packaging Awards renamed the SPA Awards. The logo for products with reduced packaging was launched to empower consumers in purchasing products that generate less waste and recognize companies that have gone the extra mile to minimize packaging waste.
For the past 13 years, I realized the importance of reduction in packaging waste. Working with companies which have reduced packaging waste, I'm also glad to see that they have basically done their effort in reduction of this waste.
Companies embarked on environmental initiatives, assuming greater product stewardship of their packaging. Some set up systems to reuse or recycle waste, as well as educational activities and programs to raise awareness on waste minimization and resource conservation.
We decided to focus and embark on various innovative waste management methods in hope to join in to become a zero waste nation. In addition to our existing efforts of no single-use plastic straws and no single-use water bottle, we have also implemented the melamine ware to replace all our plastic tableware, for example, bowls, plates, cutleries, and sauce dishes. Despite the initial resistance, we persevered by explaining to our guests our rationale, objective, and reasons behind our waste reduction initiative. As we showed it on, we see a shift in the perception, and guests started to compliment us instead and remarking the support for our initiative and even encouraging us for the good job done. Some costs will be necessary, but sustainability and combating climate change is worth all the effort. And I think that the customer will come around eventually to appreciate our commitment to be the responsible corporate citizen, and they will recognize the organization as part of the global sustainability ecosystem.
Chris Shop's commitment in creating a better future for the people and the planet is the driving force behind the efforts in packaging reduction. We aim to reduce the packaging material used in our orders so as not to load the environment with more packaging material. Taking the first step was not straightforward. We were fortunate to have met Ms. Susan Chong, CEO of Greenpack, to take us through this journey. In addition, we had to strike a balance between the packaging material used and ensuring that the product are protected from breakages. After the iteration of testing over a period of 3 months, we managed to improve the packaging from double wall to single wall, reduce the packaging material used, and even enhance Chris Shop branding. We were able to save 74K annually and reduce 13.4 tons of packaging material. Customers' feedback is positive. In fact, the gift box is reusable. Customers can reuse it for storage as the box does not require any adhesive tapes. It captures both the key elements of sustainability and beauty with this initiative. If it's too daunting to embark on this journey, start small. Instead of trying to overhaul all at one go, practice small eco-conscious methods, one at a time. Join the Packaging Partnership Program or seek advice from the experts. Chris Shop is fortunate to be part of the PPP, with like-minded people exchanging ideas. In the retail and hospitality sector, we share the 3R initiatives. We know we are not alone in this.
As of 30th June 2020, SPA has achieved 8,000 tons of annual reduction of packaging waste, with 62,000 tons of cumulative reduction through the efforts of its 246 signatories. These packaging reduction efforts translated to around $150 million of cumulative material cost savings for companies. This is the result of the conviction of many individual companies and collaborative actions of the sector group meetings convened to bring signatories together to discuss common challenges and find solutions to reduce waste.
The series of sector group meetings, as well as CEOs' luncheons, serve as platforms for the exchange of information and sharing of best practices.
The SPA had been profiled at many key events such as Food and Hotel Asia, Clean Enviro Summit Singapore, and the World Packaging Conference. To build on the foundation of the SPA, the Singapore Manufacturing Federation has partnered with the National Environment Agency to introduce the Packaging Partnership Program, or the PPP. The Joint Capability Development Program will support companies in fulfilling their obligations under the Mandatory Packaging Reporting Framework, as well as enable the exchange of best practices in sustainable packaging waste management.
I hope that with the transaction of SPA to PPP will continue to grow and also will assist in more companies in the reduction of waste.
The transition from SPA to PPP provides an avenue for greater industry involvement with NEA in building industry capability and sharing of knowledge and best practices amongst the relevant industries in Singapore.
Initiatives like the Packaging Partnership Program give companies greater involvement to build industrial capabilities in their packaging waste management practice. NEA also continue to support the PPP in the various initiatives. So it is very much like tripartite relationship.
Through this industry-led initiative, the PPP aims to build industry capability to reduce, recover, and recycle packaging waste. It also aims to introduce initiatives that foster the sustainable use of resources in packaging throughout the supply chain and raise industry and community awareness of the 3 Rs of packaging waste. The Packaging Partnership Program will support companies in their journey towards adopting sustainable packaging waste management practices through outreach initiatives, as well as knowledge and industry best practices sharing to stakeholders of the packaging and packaging-related industries in Singapore.